Hello, this is Zedis. Welcome back to another Mario Maker 2 video, clearing more uncleared 2019 levels. According to the Beast's latest uncleared 2019 video, we have less than 15,000. Which, I swear to God, the last time he said it was 15,000, so maybe we haven't made that much progress in the last couple of weeks. I cleared 6 for you today, and, all of them except one are awful. This first level, a dark level, man, when you see this stuff, you're just like, I don't want to play a dark level. They're never good. They're just, even the best ones are only okay. The best I would ever say about a dark level was like, oh, I guess that wasn't too bad. This one, honestly, I don't know. I could have deleted this one. This is one that where there's clearly a hidden item somewhere, and I eventually gave up looking for it and just looked in the program. I always start by not doing that or not wanting to do that. A lot of pick-a-door crap in this. It's actually very like sparse. There's not much to this level. If there's only a couple, like maybe 3 rooms where anything happens, and then there's a bunch of doors in the dark, and you have to pick which one you go in. And if it's obvious, like this key door right here, you don't want to do it. So here I'm looking for a hidden block. I found a clown car, so I'm thinking, well, there's probably a hidden block that I can only get to with the clown car. And that's true, and I was actually looking in the right area at first, but I didn't find it. I wasn't sure if I could just bump into a block and it would come up, or if I had to jump out of the clown car. There I see a door to the bottom left, which will end up being the door I go into. But yeah, it's right here. I can't even remember. I think you do have to, but yeah, you get a hidden propeller. So yeah, I paused it a couple of times to look at where these red coins are in this part. Yeah, such a dull-minded level. It's just, when I make levels, and I haven't actually done it a lot lately, but I've made well over 100 levels, and it's like, my attempt is to make something that people are going to enjoy. Hopefully I make it, something challenging. I don't like super easy levels, but yeah, I want people to enjoy my levels, not suffer through them. Not most people though, or not a lot of people though. Yeah, here, you go through that yellow pipe, you just end up in the other room and you lose. Yeah, just quick take a look, see if there's anything that I'm missing. I probably wanted to cut this. God damn it. Okay, never mind. I didn't, okay, there's another hidden block with another propeller in it. That's pretty pointless because you will definitely have the propeller. There's actually nothing that can kill you in the subworld except falling down the pit. So yep, that's just a complete piece of crap level. And I hadn't booted yet. It probably only took me like 4 lives, 5 lives, something like that. But I quote unquote cheated, so that would have been a very boring level to figure out naturally. Especially that hidden block. That hidden block is a pain in the ass to find. Second level, a little bit more involved, a little bit better designed, but it's still a horrible piece of crap. This level is pretty traditional, but then you start finding Kaizo blocks everywhere. The hidden blocks that when you jump up, they knock you down and kill you. usually knock you right into an enemy or into a pit. And it's like every place, it seems, where you gotta jump. Actually, if you go down below in that first part, there are a bunch of Kaizo blocks. But then it gets even worse. Yeah, right here, I got Kaizo blocked. You know, I hit that hidden block, and then, you know, I'm basically stunned for half a second, and I don't know what's going on, and then the munchers jump up and bite me. Here's a mushroom that I completely whiff on. If it goes below, you're pretty much screwed, because you're not going to be able to go down there and get it. We'll just skip it right now. This section, this downward slope with a bunch of icicles, can kind of be difficult because it's sometimes hard to know exactly if you're in the right area. And I accidentally slid and ran into a burner. Burner is another item that usually kind of used in a lame way most times, because it's like all they do is make you wait. You get past this section, you see some stuff up above. I can't get there. But yeah, there's also some hidden shit in this level. Yeah, see, I'll get to the end of this part, and I look for a Kaizo block because I'm kind of expecting it. And then I'm like, well, where do I go from here? I'm gonna have to just do a blind jump here. And I completely whiff it because I don't know where the hell to land. I almost hit that note block. That would have been nice. There's a checkpoint there. At this point, I'm like, I'm just gonna look, see what I need to do. You know, just to kind of gauge exactly how far. If this video is skipping, my capture card must have been kind of shitty at this point. But yeah, if you fall there's actually like a hidden area, and you saw it from below, and there's like a hidden cape up and left. None of this stuff is actually necessary, so it's not, you know, this doesn't necessarily make it boo-worthy, but it's like, it's just kind of lame. But you can get past, you can beat this level without getting the cape and the Yoshi. And honestly, I mean, it's helpful, but it's not like that helpful. So now that I have a cape, I can more safely get to this checkpoint. And I don't get a good bounce off of that note block, so I had to abandon Yoshi. Sorry, Yoshi. You made the ultimate sacrifice for me. The cape does make this quite a bit easier. But here's the thing. You can keep going to the right, but if you fall down here, this is where the end of the level is. You can't actually win going to the right. I think that's a little obnoxious. But I think I booed it for those Kaizo blocks, because I probably only showed 1 or 2 deaths that way, but it killed me a few times, and it was just, I mean, why? Yeah, here, leave him a comment. I'm like, you're such a smart, wonderful Mario Maker that that's your move. And you had an okay level that you ruin in a few ways. It's just like, it's not fun. That's not fun to do. It's not fun to play. Your intention is to make me have a bad time, and the other comment got to the heart of it much more efficiently. But those first 2 levels are kind of a dream compared to this level. This level is brutal, and completely unfair. The concept, the gimmick of this level is that there are a bunch of, immediately I don't like that at all. No ability react, but there are cannons, and they are under the lava, under the poison on rails, and you don't know what's coming. There's also some fire bars on rails, but you can't see what's coming. You have to just hope. And right here, you have to hit this on-off switch, and then a couple of cannons fall from above. You don't know that's coming, and then you jump over here, and there's a fire bar just waiting for you. This level is just obnoxious. You have to, it's one of those levels where you have to just keep playing it until you learn. And even that's not good enough, because there's a section coming up that's just ugly. Yeah, you have to sit here, you wait. Eventually 2 cannons come up. And I see it. That's the first time I've seen it, so I was scared to jump. But that's when you have to go. So I have to wait for him to come around. There's like 3 or 4 cannons on this rail under. Here we go. This next section is the part that really pisses me off, because so there's a thwomp that triggers an on-off switch. A couple of other cannons fall from the sky, and there's also cannons under the lava on rails that gets when the look at this. So what happens is they fall off the rails onto another rail and they come up. The timing of this is really, really difficult to figure out. I got lucky there. Here's another one just coming, and then I wasn't. That one to the right just pops up out of nowhere. I didn't know when it was coming. Here's the full run. Yeah, this one. I mean, it didn't. Out of all the levels I've ever beaten for this series, this one took a moderate amount of time, but not a ridiculous amount of time. Thankfully, it's a very short level. It's only about a minute long. But yeah, this took me about 45 minutes, I think. It was the hardest level this episode for sure. But yeah, you get the timing pretty easily on this. This part like is always the same, but it depends on when you go, because it's where the cannons are under the lava, and it's really hard. It's really hard to figure out a good way to approach this. This took me a very long time. There's some sniper thwomps here, which is just wonderful. I had been this far at least once, and I got killed by the thwomps. I don't actually know what's coming up, so I am safe right here as far as I know. There's no fire bars, thankfully, and I'm like, I don't know when to go. So I did know where it was, though. Right here, I wasn't sure if I could jump in this or not, and I just chanced it. I'm like, I gotta try it. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. I wasn't sure that if the poison would just kill me. I think he wants me to think it will, but it won't. I can just jump right on the goal. Yeah, that level is unfair. It's just super unfair. Oh, and I forgot that I included this, but yeah, I try to draw a middle finger. But my art skills aren't that great, and I actually did end up deleting it because I don't want. You know why I didn't delete it? Because I drew a middle finger. I deleted it because I thought somebody might think it was a penis and balls. So I don't show that I delete it, but I did delete it. Fourth level is the only decent level of this episode. This one, I was really scared when I went into this. First of all, it's a ghost house, so my assumption is it's going to be dark. Because all these uncleared ghost houses are dark. If you ever, like, look up just uncleared levels, so many of them are dark ghost house. No one wants to play dark ghost house. People touch it and then they leave right away. But thankfully it's not. It's not, and it's a very difficult level, but it's fair and it's well designed. I don't know why I jumped up there. I guess I didn't quite understand what was happening at this point. I tried to bring a shell. I almost killed myself with the shell. I always want to bring a shell, but I'm like thinking right now, like, I'm not gonna be able to get this shell. Yeah, there's no way. The gimmick of this level is that it's a bunch of very tight, like, platforming challenges, and yeah, that stuff is I think he must know that if he puts that turn block on top that I can jump over it, but you could get through that without too much problem if you had to. Maybe they didn't like doing it, so they decided to put a skippable section. If you know your Mario Maker, you know you can jump over that. The red coins, I actually kind of already know that they're not necessary, because in the little preview window when I started the level, the picture was of a checkpoint. Now, if you have a level where you have checkpoints and you have red coins that you can't get back to, which you see these one-ways right here. You know that the red coins are optional. At this point, I've gotten them all, though, and I just want to see, you know, if I can get them all. And a lot of these aren't super hard to get. I will say that when I can see what the reward is for the for getting the red coins, and it is actually very kind of crappy. But whatever, it's kind of cute that he gives me a secret ending. I don't get it because eventually I miss one, and I'm like, well, I'm not going back for it. But it's kind of cool. It gives you a lot of little bonus. Look, that 50 coin, I'm not gonna go for that. I didn't even see how to get that. Do I need a shell? I didn't even look. I'm only trying to clear these levels, man. I don't need their bonuses. Bonuses are pretty worthless in this game because unless you're playing endless, where you can get 1-ups, and you can only get 3 1-ups, so it's not like super necessary. Right here, I don't wisely see what I'm supposed to do, and I end up panicking and getting killed by the spike top. But I do have a checkpoint, so I'm pretty close to there. I just have to time that a little better. There are a couple of ways you can do here. You can go through that spike top section, or you can go on the snake blocks. Pretty tight corridor here, so I'm not really that worried that the snake blocks are going to be difficult, and they're slow snake blocks. So yeah, there's the if you go up to spike top section, there's another red coin. That's the first one I think I've missed, and I'm like, I don't care. I know I don't. It's gonna be a free guys or something. It's not even free guys. It's a spoiler alert, but nothing worthwhile. There is a possibility that it could help me skip a difficult part of the level, but that's not how it is here. It's just a bonus. But I've chosen to skip them at this point. Anyway, so I got to the second checkpoint, and here is a blinking block section. Pretty intense. Like I said, very tight corridors. You have to time it really well, and then that Shella has a very uneven bounce because he puts or she, I think it might be a she. She puts the blue blocks right in front of it so that the rhythm is slightly off. It's kind of a 2-part rhythm. And then here I'm kind of like looking, and I'm not 100% sure what I'm supposed to do here, but I have an on-off block myself, and I can't make it through here fast enough when the shell is still moving. So actually what I have to do is kill the shell. If I kill the shell, the blue blocks are on. This cannon can't shoot. Going back. Yeah, this whole level is actually very cleverly designed. First off, I have to hit that P-switch and go to the right, and it's a survival section, but I want to know what's coming out of this pipe. So I hit it just so I can figure it out. And it's moles. And moles are very awkward. They move in a very awkward, stilted fashion. And this actually took me a lot of lives to get through. I wanted to get back up to the left, but I didn't have enough time. They fall with a red pipe. They fall out very quickly. Here's the first time I actually got through, and I just wanted to show how bad I am at dealing with these moles. What I really figured out is if you do full jumps, you can aim at the moles a little better. So then I make sure I kill them all. I can't leave them alive. I get through that section, and I got 4 munchers and 4 pows, but if you hit munchers directly with a pow, it kills 2 of them. Or like you want to hit right in the middle of them, I think. Actually, I want to get up here to see what's up to the right. And that is the last red coin, and I missed a couple. I think it's the last one. I didn't even see where the second to last one was. But yeah, if you kill the munchers with 2 pows instead of 4, if you hit them with your head, you can kill them 1 at a time. You can get in this door. You could actually do it with 1 if you're good at pow drops. It might be hard in that section because it's very tight. I don't know what I'm doing right here, because I know what... maybe I just want to make 100% sure that's where it leads, but this level has been very fair and very clear on what I'm needing to do, so... Anyway, that's the last red coin, I think. There might be one more, I can't remember. So you get a Koopa shell, and you hit this on-off again to drop, and then you go back here, and it's another blinking block section. This one's fairly difficult because you die pretty easily. I jumped a little too high there, and I blocked myself with the block. And this is we'll go to the final life right now. This last section is actually quite long and difficult. But yeah, it's very fair and it's very well designed. It's just difficult. The one thing I'll say that kind of blind is that there's a swamp that comes to the left very quick. It's not blind, but I didn't even see that swamp at first, so I did die there at least once. Completely shocked that there was a swamp. Here's the key door. If you got the red coins, you go through that. I didn't. I figured there would be like a challenge here, but there isn't. You just walk this little maze. You can walk right to the end. You see the key door leads to a bunch of coins. It's not even like big coins, they're just regular coins, so not a very good reward, really. Could have been some one-ups in there or something. You're even allowed to get the top of the tape if you want. So yeah, that my record is quite long, but yeah, it was a hard level. Fair checkpoint placements. I think maybe a little too much after the second one, but that's okay. Maybe the blinking block sections made it feel a little longer than it was. On to the 5th level. This one would be a decent level. This one desperately needs a checkpoint. Is the main problem. I got through 90% of it, or maybe 75% of it in one life. Oh no, I did the first life. I just wanted to see if he coin blocked this off. I don't boo it for that, but you know. Kind of a dick move, but not like really. I was pretty clear. It was pretty obvious that was there, but I just wanted to see. Yeah, it's a little bit of a. Yeah, it would be. It's one of those levels that would be fine. It would be a lot better with a checkpoint. You get to a really. Like a distant point in this level, and there's a really. I wouldn't say it's like a super duper hard thing, but it's hard enough where like you're likely to die. And if you had a checkpoint near that section, it would have made the level better. I don't know if that's why. I can't remember exactly why I booed it, but this one is like kind of on the border between a boo and a meh. It's just. It's one of those levels that should be better. It probably was. It probably got to a point where I got so far, and I died, and I was a little irritated at the death, just because it was so far. And there are a couple of hidden blocks there. I don't get too mad about that because the items aren't necessary. Like you can beat this level without getting this. Helicopter, the propeller hat. I completely messed this up though. It's hard. It would be difficult to do this without the propeller hat, but it's not impossible. And he also points out where the hidden blocks are, so it's not that bad. Checkpoint right here, man. Why not? Why wouldn't you put a checkpoint right here? It would be the perfect spot for one. And that's pretty much half the level right there. And then you get a little further, and there's at least one section. Kind of traps you here, but he doesn't really. You can get out. Star doesn't really do much. Actually, it hinders you, because when you get up here, he makes you take damage. I think even if you do the little twirl thing to get under these gaps, I think that it won't work. I think you can't get through this whole thing. If you can, you'd be like a god gamer. He wants you to be small, obviously, though. It'd be very difficult. I don't know if you could do this section right here. I don't think you could get through here. Maybe you could, though. Maybe if you were really good. I've never been able to do that trick very well, where you twirl under the blocks. I go far enough, at least the POW pops out. And here, like I said, I've been playing this level for over a minute, and a little bit spammy, not too bad, really, but yeah, it's... Give me a checkpoint, man. I don't wanna play this whole level. Here's the part that killed me the most. Very hard to... I totally messed up there too, but I got here, like, I probably didn't die more than 3 times there, maybe even less of that, but I might have done it on the 3rd try. But yeah, it's, come on, man, those are tight jumps. If there was a checkpoint, I wouldn't have even been mad. I would have been able to get right back there and do it. Yeah, you have to make sure you hit that on-off. If you don't hit that on-off, you're kind of screwed. That's kind of rude too, but not that bad. I hate when people make you hit on-offs where you can't see it do anything, and then later in the level, it turns out you had to have done something. Because I've also seen it where people troll you, where you hit one and then you go on, and then you can't go forward because they screw you. More of a mediocre level than a bad level, but it's just... Give me a checkpoint, man. That level could have been completely salvaged with a checkpoint. Last level, 6th level. This is a car level with some spike precision and some pickup paths, which is just wonderful. Koopa car, I've mentioned it in the past. One of the worst items in the game. Not fun at all to use. Obnoxious. And here you got some precision with it, which is not a fan of precision. Mostly just this first part. Well, honestly, if the whole level was kind of like this and it wasn't too long, it might be interesting. After you get past this, I boo it right away though. After you get past this section, and you do need to keep the car, shouldn't say that. He wants you to keep the car to the end. You can actually beat it without doing that, but yeah. It's the way the car starts and stops is you have to figure it out well. You can actually hit, you just don't want to lose the car, at least up front. You do need it for a while. I've gotten hit twice at this point. And yeah, if you're going full speed, you end up hitting that wall. You could slide to kill this piranha, which is what I wanted to do. But this is a pickup path. There's 2 paths up and down. One of them kills you and one of them doesn't. And I decided to go down first. And I am rewarded with being crushed. And look at, here's a pause to see if I already booted it. And I'm like, oh yeah, I booted that a long time ago. So here's the top path. And here's another pickup path. If you go that way on top, you lose. Wonderful, man. What great game design. So here's the final run. I know that I can't go up there, so I gotta go to the bottom, right? I guess if you hit a bullet, you take damage. And I almost get this, but I don't quite get that acceleration to get up to the top. And that, I think, would have been a win. Actually, I'm not even 100% sure. But I end up losing the car, and I'm like, well, I'm screwed, right? I'm like, well, it looked like I might be able to get through those swamps on foot. Yeah, you know, I don't even know if that warp box is the win. I'm not even sure. But yeah, you can sneak up here. And I saw that the goal was basically open. Yeah, I don't see a warp. Maybe the warp box is on the bottom. I don't know. Maybe that kills you. Yeah, I don't see it. Maybe it's above. It could be above. Maybe there's even more level. I don't know. I don't know if he knew that I could sneak past those swamps or not, but whatever, I did it. So, hey, if you've made it this far, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you next week. Goodbye.